Hello out there on YouTube world, and welcome back to Toys on TV episode 6. I'm going to do this thing where I'm going to do collection videos at the end of every year for the 3 toys that this channel mainly revolves around, which is Bakugan, Lego, and Beyblade. So if this video could hit like, I don't know, 30 likes, I'll show you my entire Lego Ninjago minifigure collection. So anyways, let's get on with the video. I'm going to start with the stadiums that I have, which are quite a few. Then we're going to move on to the launchers, and from the launchers to the Beyblades themselves. So let's start with the Metal Series stuff. I have the Beyblade Extreme Top System Rip Grind Beys Stadium, which is pretty beat up because of things. Anyways, you have this little jump off point here, this little shoot off point here, the stadium, and this little place where you can make it a stamina battle if you get up there and the other person's over here. Anywho, so this isn't one of my favorite stadiums, but it was fun when I had more battles with those, but now that I've gotten into Burst, it just doesn't work as well with that system. Alright, we're going to move on to the next stadium. The next stadium is this Chinese stadium that I got from China called the Beys Stadium Battle Stadium, which has the classic Japanese ring-out sections instead of the pockets, which is really nice. It's got a big area for the Beys to battle in. It's pretty basic, but I like this stadium. I really do. Alright, next stadium. Then, I have the Super Vortex Beys Stadium, where the Beys will circle in. They can hit these things, which actually isn't that good if they hit them. And it's got this cool gold printing, so I suggest if you're still a Metal Series fan and you want more close quarters battles, this is a good stadium to get. Alright, next one is one of my least favorite of the stadiums I have, is the Beyblade Half-Pipe Beys Stadium. It's pretty generic, pretty boring, has like graffiti on it. So that's that stadium. I'd give this one, I don't know, a 4 of 10. Next stadium. Then we leave the Beyblades for a while and go to Bey Wheels. This stinks. You agree with me? Leave a like in the comment, because this was the worst thing Hasbro could have done. Bey Wheels stinks. That's all I have to say about that stadium. Next up, I'm going to show you my Metal Series launchers and Beys, and then we'll move on to Burst. Alright, so this is what the right rotation launchers looked like. I got the Beyblade Legends Twisted Tempo, so this is his launcher. Then we have the left launcher. This one belongs to Lightning El Drago. Then we had the disgraceful Bey Wheels, but the launcher, I have to admit, isn't actually that bad. Now I'll show you my Beys. I have, as I said, Lightning El Drago, which is one of a lot of people's favorite Beyblades. He's left rotation, which means he spin steals. He's low gravity, and he has this nice little tip here. And that's Lightning El Drago. Then I have this custom-made El Drago, defense type, from pieces a friend gave me that didn't make any specific Bey. But he works pretty well. He's got the rock for, what did they call this again? Fusion wheel. Then he's got the energy layer, or whatever you want to call it, the face bolt, the spin track, and the driver. Then I have this Phantom Orion Hasbro version. I really would have preferred the other one, Karatomi. I broke his driver so it kind of wiggles a bit, which will make it pretty interesting in battle, actually. Then we have this Cosmic Pegasus from Beyblade Metal Fury. I had to put this knockoff Bey driver on because I broke his other one. My bad. Anyways, this is Pegasus, one of my favorite Beys from that series. Still hope to get my hands on Galaxy Pegasus. Alright, then we have a Rock Aquario. He should be Storm Aquario, but my brother got the Storm thing, and I got the Rock one, so I made Rock Aquario out of it. So, here's Aquario. I really like this Bey. He's really good in battle. Now we're getting into some of my favorites of my Beys. Twisted Tempo, probably my absolute favorite defense type, seeing as how I don't have Diablo Nemesis and probably won't ever get that one. He's got this nice driver and spin track and fusion wheel and whatever they call this, and then the face bolt. Then we have Beyblade Legends Gravity Destroyer, colored with this nice gold and red. And he spins both clockwise and counterclockwise. Then I have my favorite character from the anime Metal series is Masamune, and this is his first Bey, Ray Striker. He's got like a lot of damage, as you can see, because I use this Bey a lot. But he's got this nice maroon kind of colored layer, this metal around him. He's got this nice layer. Face bolt. I'm too used to burst, guys. It's been a while. Then we have my absolute favorite, Medio El Drago. It's a sweet rubber, and you can switch him between absorb mode and attack mode pretty much. He's got some of the dark energy left on him, some red, nice face bolt, a good driver with a good spin track. And that's it for my actual Beyblades. But then we have these ones, the ones that would like spring open and stuff. And in this, I do have a Galaxy Pegasus, but I'd prefer the real one. I don't even use these. I got them at a garage sale thinking they were Metal Series Beys. Here's Hades Kerbex. Ugh, he doesn't do very well either. Then we come to the disgrace of Beyblade. We have Pegasus, I think, right here, red. I didn't even pay attention to who these were. Ugh. Anyways, and here's El Drago. You should see the funny video where the Beyblade geeks were using these things, and they threw it and actually broke their TV screen with one of these. That was absolutely hilarious. Anyways, then we have this tool that you use on your Beyblades for customization. And with that, we close the book, the chapter on Metal Series, and we're moving on now to Beyblade Burst, which is honestly my favorite series. Alright. Starting with the stadiums, we have the blue stadium that you got back in 2017. I have really not used this because we have the yellow one and I prefer it a little more. But it's generic. It's got the bowl. It's got 3 big pockets, so bays are easy to knock into there. And that's that. Next one. Then we have the Chaos Core Bay Stadium, which is one of my least favorites. I thought this would be so cool that it would swipe them into the middle and they'd have to fight. But they left this bump here so that when they'd come in, they'd just kind of spin around it. They wouldn't do anything. I really don't like this stadium that much, even though it can be fun at times. It's probably a 3 of 10 for me. Then we're moving on to my 2 favorite and final Bay stadiums I own. The Star Storm. If you know me, which you probably don't, I have a passion for attack types that zip around, smash things. When I watch 2 defense types battle, it's just not as fun. But anyways, this is the Starstorm Stadium, which allowed attack types to kind of not circle, because these would swing them back in. I give this one a 9 of 10, even though it did sometimes disrupt their pattern. Next one. This is the one you saw me unbox recently, but here's the Slingshot Rail Rush Bay Stadium. It's got the speed cradles, the ramps, the stadium bowl, this sweet little thing that saved me yesterday when a bay burst and it hit like right there, and I was sitting probably somewhere around there, and I could have been hit in the face, but I wasn't. So now, holding this stadium, I will show you the other stuff that I have, the Beyblade Burst launchers. This is the first launcher they ever released, and I like its speed, like how it has that extra spin and doesn't stop like the other ones they've released recently, but it's so narrow and sometimes will just fall in the stadium. So this one, 4 of 10. Then they released the Super Grip launcher, which was a disgrace because you'd use it for just a little bit and then the base would start spinning less accurately on it, I guess I'd say. Ugh. Then we got the string launcher from the Master Kit. I really like this launcher when using right rotations. I wish Hasbro would make more string launchers and better ones. I'm sad that they quit putting these on shelves because I broke my LR launcher, which I'll be looking at in a minute. But this one's really cool. Then we have my LR launcher. This launcher works by, there's a little tab under here. You pull it out, you move that way, snap it in place, and you have a right rotation. This one has that nice growl, which means it gives the base extra spin. I really like this launcher quite a bit. And it's got this thing for Legend Surprise and Surprise and Requiem. I really love this. Then they came out with this one, the L launcher of the original kind. It came out with the Lost Luinor pack. and it broke after less than a week of having it. So I'd give it a 4 of 10. Then we got the LR launchers. This is one of my favorite launchers, seeing as how you can see I have kind of big hands, and this allows me to hold and launch pretty well. And I like this one quite a bit, actually. So I'd give it a 10 of 10. Then we got this excuse for a launcher. The way it's shaped just does not like my hands, but it still has the LR thing, which is nice. So I'll give them a 6 of 10 for effort. But you can make both of these launchers better by doing this and making a longer version of the launcher. Then we have my final launcher, is the Excalibur Sword Launcher launcher. It was really cool for the first few, I think 5 days of having it, then it broke. I don't know why, but it had this nice grip, allowed you to do that and rip it as hard as you could. I really loved this one. So now let's move on to my Beyblades, which I actually have quite a few of. Let's start with the first wave. We have Valtryek Boost Variable, which is a really cool Beyblade, and I suggest if you don't have this one, you get it, because he did hold up well in the dual layers. Then they had the Storm Spryzen starter, which became my favorite Beyblade for that year. Storm Spryzen, Knuckle, Unite. The Unite driver is one of my favorite drivers from that wave. I'd give these two Beys, this one would get a 7 of 10, this one would get a 6 of 10 because he does burst easily. Then we had, King Kerbeus right here. This is the recolor, which is this L thing, and then he's got the press driver. I'd give him a 6 of 10. Then we had the ultimate disgrace for all Beyblades everywhere. Here he is, Rockdivore R2. I give him a low 4 of 10 because he was really bad. So that's Rockdivore. Then we had Wave 2, where we got one of my favorite defense types of that year, probably actually my favorite, Wild Wyvern with his driver and forge disc. I'd give this Bey a 6 of 10. Then we had Hyper Horisude right here. Disgrace, the way he's shaped even, just tells you he's gonna die. Ugh. Then we have one of my favorite attack types, because it's an attack type, which you know I already love, but with stamina. It is a really good one. I love Dark Doomsizer. I'm going to give him an 8 of 10. Then Wave 3, I believe it was, gave us this Bey, Nova Nepstrius, or Neptune if you prefer. So he's colored yellow and all, kind of weird because the anime colors were better and I liked his other driver, but this one's an interesting driver. I'll give him a 7 of 10. Then we move on to Wave 4, where I have this Excalibur that came with the Master Kit of that time. I give him a 8 of 10 because he is really good at attacking. Then we have this Omni Odax. Oh man, you do not know how much I love Omni Odax. He is Omni Odax Triangle, I think, and then Extreme or something like that. You can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. I give him a 10 of 10. Then we had some of the double packs that were released at that time. One of them had, here he is, Jumbo Jormuntor, which is my absolute favorite stamina type from last time, because the Hasbro one works so much better than the Takeratomi, and I'd give it a 10 of 10. Then in the same pack we got Fengriff with his Extreme driver, and that's what he looks like in his glory, Pharaoh Fengriff. Probably going to get a 7 of 10. Then, let's see if we have anyone else. Oh yeah, this was one of the dual packs this year, but I put my broken layer on it because I don't like this combo at all. This is Odax Stamina. Ugh. 2 of 10. Then we had, I believe, Wave 5 of last year, which had Quilquetzico, Ifritor, Excalius, and Zutron. Now, Zutron started out actually pretty good. It was hard for me to beat with my Victory Valtryek, but then he died, so I give him a 6 of 10 for wearing. Excalius, I give a 6 of 10 because I like the blader that uses him, Xander Shakadera, and he's got these sweet colors. I just wish they had the little cross and stuff that they had on this guy in the Japanese version. As for Quetzalcoatl, he was okay for a while, but then he bursted a lot, so 5 of 10. Ifritr, on the other hand, I hate this Bey. When I got it, I looked at this and I was like, sweet, they have a wheel driver. Maybe he'll like go back and forth and do like shield crash like Wyvron. But no, he just sits in the middle and people beat him up. Then, let's see what else we've got. Alright, we start this year, waves of stuff, with Genesis Valtryek and Kinetic Satum, who came in the Starstorm set. I broke this guy's reboot, and guess what? It actually worked better after I broke it. Shockingly. I give him a 6 of 10. Because his little springs are terrible. This guy I thought would be really good because he had these, and if I do it just right, sometimes he's good, but he just really doesn't do as well as I thought he would, so he kind of stinks. Then we have, let's see, Berserk Rockdivore. He did get better than his previous version by a little bit, but not much, so 5 of 10 for not improving very much. Then we had one of my favorite defense types, my second favorite, in fact, of the year. Here is Tempest Wyvron. I give him a 8 of 10. Then we have my absolute favorite stamina type. He's the mascot for my other channel, Savage Blader. And he absorbs spin, and Freedoy La Jolla is just like the best character, in my opinion, other than Shu and Vault and the others, but he's just amazing. I also forgot a Bey from last year, but here he is. He's junk. He's 2 of 10, Uber Unicrest. Then we had Wave 2. We had Legend Spryzen, Crusher Doomsizer, who else was there? Alter Cognite and a Recolor, but I didn't get the Recolor because I'm not into that as much. But here's Alter Cognite, currently in Ultra Stamina mode, and if you burst him, you can take here, put that in attack mode, and he has this little thing on the inside of him that switches over to his other mode, Ultra Attack mode. I'll probably be showing you guys most of these Beys gimmicks as I do them. There we are. Crusher Doomsizer is one of my favorite Doomsizers that there are, because there's only 2 actually, but his gimmick doesn't work as well. It's supposed to pull back this scythe, and the scythe is supposed to slice his opponent, making double strike or double strike, but I give him a 6 of 10. Then we have Legend Spryzen. Now this is where Spryzen started becoming competitive, and I started really becoming his fan, because I was already his fan, but when I saw this I was like, oh my goodness. But anyways, he's Spryzen 7 Merge, and on the back here you see he has this R and L, so you'd put the tool in from the launcher and switch him to left rotation, but don't do that. Left rotation is horrible for this guy. Then we have Wave 3 Switch Strike is, let me see here. We have Excalibur, Garuda, and this guy, Genius, and there was also Green Fafnir. Anyways, I was at summer camp this year, and somebody broke my Genius, but a friend of mine was nice enough to fix him. So he goes up and down, and the shield is supposed to, I guess, bite down a bit or something, or make it so that they can't hit him. And then there's his driver. I give this Bey a 7 of 10, because he can actually go up against Drain Fafnir. Here is a Bey that didn't really need to exist, but it's good. It's got a complete circle, which is good for warding off attacks and stuff. This is Maximus Garuda, who I did actually break part of one of his blades here, which was totally not on purpose, but I did. So, this is him with his stuff, though there's a later Bey that did just a better job of this. Then, my favorite attack type, other than Lightning Eldra, not Lightning, what do they call him? Nightmare Lunar. This is my second favorite, Surge Excalius, or Sieg Excalibur. And he's got the Extreme Driver, Iron, not Extreme. He's Excalius 1 Iron, and he's got the nice metal sword which wallops his opponents just like so hard. This is him in all of his Beyblade glory. Then we come on Wave 4, which is my absolute all-time favorite wave from this year, because it got 2 of my favorite Beys and Bladers Beys in the entire show evolved. let's see. There he is. We have Shelter Regulus. His gimmick is supposed to be that when he launches, he starts out like this, and he's got these little things here that pull out. Ow. Yeah, and he attacks, and then he goes up, and this goes up. So say this Bey tries to hit him, and he's lower, so he can't do it as well. But this Bey is really easy to knock off balance, and it's just not that good. Then we have Deep Canox. If you don't have a strong attack type, you're bound to lose against this Bey because he's got the bearing driver, which is one of my absolute favorite drivers. He belongs to Cleo Demone or something like that, and he's supposed to be like a vampire or something. I give him an 8 of 10 for being a really cool Bey. Then we have Nightmare Luinor here from this year, and his gimmick is as he bursts, his heads get into a bigger thing, and then he bursts here, and his combo is Nightmare Luinor Destroy. He doesn't have a Forge Disc, which was an interesting concept, and this is the Bey I was saying was better than Garuda. Then my all-time favorite Bey, my absolute favorite, even now that the turbo ones are out, is Spryzen Requiem. Here he is in left mode, as you can see, but you can do the same as with the other Spryzen and put him in right mode. And there's his code if you want to scan it into your app. He's got 0. Oops. And then he's got the defense driver, the attack driver, which is like a little foot, the stamina driver, and that's him. I give him a 12 of 10, going over the 10. Alright, let's look at some Beys before I move on to Wave 5 that I forgot about. Diomedes is a pretty good attack type, got some nice stamina to him, but also easy to burst, so 6 of 10. Then they made some plastic gens into things. Here's Dragoon Storm, and here's Drigger S. I like Drigger. He's competitive now that he's gotten older, but this guy's a disgrace. Whatever Bey you put him up against, he usually bursts. So I don't like this one, but I like this one. So 6 of 10, 2 of 10. Then we got this Hasbro exclusive Hyris, Yell, whatever this is, and I give him a 4 of 10. Eevee Puro E2, one of the best Beyblades ever. Kidding. That's from Illinois' video. Is this guy, and he's got this gyro driver in the 9. He's 9 gyro. I give him a 5 of 10 because he's at least competitive. Then here we have this Valtryek remake with the L and the Unite, and he's got these nice black colors. So that's Valtryek. Then we have this, I have another Valtryek, Victory Valtryek. Alright, then we have this Rockdivore here, made into an attack type with the 9. He's got down spiral, and he is a disgrace to all Beyblades, 2 of 10. Then we have, my last ones here are Surtur S2 with this nice kind of wedge-style driver, and I give him a 8 of 10. Then we have Drigger, which is actually pretty good. I did a tournament in this thing with my sister yesterday, and he did, like, really well. I give him a 8 of 10. Dragoon, I give a 7 of 10 for most improved. Like, he improved so much when he became this over Dragoon Storm. Now he's Dragoon Fighter, and I give him a 7 of 10. Now, here's a Bey I forgot, and I feel bad for doing that, but here's Lost Luinor. He's kind of a 50-50 split to victory and defeat. It depends on if these heads hit the other Bey, and if they don't, then he loses. But he's Louis' first Bey, and the one Vault had to be at the end of the season. And this Bey has a story behind it of how hard he was to get. But I'm not going to bore you with the details. He was just a really hard one to get, but here he is. Then we have the recolored Excalius, 1 iron. Again, an 8 of 10. Then we have, before we move on to the newest Beys for this year, and what are going to be going next year, the Turbo Beys, we're going to do Wave 5 of Evolution. Here's Balkesh. No matter how hard you hit this Bey, these do not move. So his gimmick is pointless, where he's supposed to do that and get to a perfect circle. But he is the best defense type of this year. I'm going to give him a 11 of 10. Then here is Calzar. Everyone thought he was going to be like this master of attack and be amazing, but he actually stinks in a lot of levels. But he's got the Hunter Driver, under. He's Calzar 7 under Hunter. And that's what he looks like. Alright, now we're moving on to Beyblade Burst Turbo, the newest line. Again, where the heck is the metal, Hasbro? We wanted metal on these things. Anyways, here's Brutal Luinor. And he's got these nice hit points, though they also can work against him. And his gimmick is to take his driver and bring it up. I'll give him a 5 of 10 for falling down. He was so competitive and then just fell so hard when he evolved into this. But I got it anyway for nostalgia reasons. Then we have Shoes Apprentices Bay Emperor Fornius, which is like a shark, I think. And this is the yard driver. It also extends, making him a lot taller. And he's got the 0 disc here. So now I have 2 of those. Actually 3, seeing as how I broke his Surprise and Requiem. And that's him. I give him a 10 of 10 because he did so well in the tournament yesterday. Here is Z Achilles, the new main and protagonist slash more, I'd say antagonist. That kid stinks. Iger has this bay, Z Achilles, and its extend driver's gimmick is to pull it up and make it extend, which is going to pretty much be the gimmick for all the turbo bays. But this bay has an interesting gimmick along with that, is that when you raise it up, it attacks. When you put it down, it's in defense. But I really love his new layer, the silver, the swords, the nice little thing here. Now, for my favorite one from this wave, the surprise winner, who wins a lot in the tournaments we've been doing, is Valtryek 12 Atomic. Wonder Valtryek 12 Atomic, or Winning Valkyrie 12 Atomic. Atomic works like that, and you have a taller Valtryek. Anyways, I still wish he had had metal, but that's him. So anyways, that's all 65 of my bays, all of my stadiums, and all of my launchers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And just to let you know, my all-time favorite bay is Surprise and Requiem. This is the all-time favorite, nobody else. I'm sorry this video was a little longer than the others. I was showing you my entire collection. If this video can hit 30 likes, yes, I said 30, I will show you my entire LEGO Ninjago minifigure collection, which I've been collecting 2012 till now and haven't missed a single year. That's right, I have minifigures from every year. So anyways, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell to if you want to see my upload where I will be uploading my Ninjago collection. Anyways, peace, love, Beyblade, Bakugan Brawl, let it rip, build. I'm up out of here, guys. Goodbye. Peace.